Okay.
You ready?
I think so. All right.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi. Hi, everybody. I'm here on the bus with Bonnie Kane, who's a
Hi,
musician.
everybody.
You play different instruments.
Saxophone, flute, and electronics.
We're going to hear a little bit of Bonnie's saxophone at the end of this. But for now, we're here to talk about Bonnie's business. Bonnie has long playing records. That means LPs. That means, some of you may remember or know, when we used to have to actually manually put the needle on the song we wanted to hear. And if we wanted to hear the same song over and over again, we had to get up, put the needle on the song again. It wasn't just like, just touch it and everything happens magically.
And you could wreck the song if your needle slid. You could
That's right. Oh, yeah.
scratch things.
Or if you touch the record with your
Yeah.
greasy fingers. What's the name of your business, Bonnie?
My business is called Starry Night Records, and it's a business that I've had over 20 years with my husband and partner Scott Prado. And we buy and sell record collections all over the world.
How'd you get interested in doing the long playing? Because long playing LPs have been out of favor with newer generations for a long time, for like 40 years, probably 30 years.
Well, the interesting part of current times is that a lot of our clients are younger people in their 20s, late teens, 30s. And when I've talked to them and said why, because they grew up digital, they could have anything in any format they want, as we all can, but for people in their 20s and 30s, this is the way that music was presented. There's still this human need to have a thing. Not everybody needs the same thing. Some people collect ceramic horses or elves or something like that, but they're a thing. And so the actual physical presence of vinyl records maintained its thingness all the way along the line. CDs, anybody could make it on the bus. A tape, the same thing. You could copy it, you can do whatever. So CDs and cassette tapes never had that idea of this is a special thing. It's the same way that some people still collect books. You don't need a book. You can read anything online that you want. You can read it on your phone.
But isn't it nice to have a book in your
But
hands?
sometimes it's nice to
Smell the
have a
book.
thing.
Go like this.
So there's this human need
Right things.
to touch things, just like there is a human need to gather in groups.
But why
Now,
did you get into this business?
why did we get into the business? Well, Scott and I are both musicians, and so we were both into records. Now I'm talking to you about the 1990s. We were both into records. We knew music, etc. And we're originally from New York City, and around 9/11, I was in the post-production computer animation business then. 2001, everything shut down because of the attacks, 9/11, and my offices were in Lower Manhattan. And I remember one day my buddy said to me, he's like, I have these records in storage. And in New York, that means he's paying a lot of money for storage. That's a financial thing. I have these records in storage. I want to send my kids to camp. I'm in my 50s. I'm not going to be a rock star. These are records from high school. Anyway, long story short, I bought them. And Scott had been working at a big ad agency where he had to be at work at 8 in the morning. But quite often, he just had time to kill till 3 o'clock when the work actually came down and he did his job. But he was in front of all these high-end computer systems all the time and he had to look busy. So he had started dealing records on eBay. Just of his personal collection, things he bought. We didn't have YouTube. You couldn't check out the music before you bought it, really. So he had things that he bought that maybe fell out of favor. Whatever he was doing a little trading here and there, quite casually, but very busy. And so he sold the collection we bought online. We made a profit, and we kept going. And my business after 9/11 just went down the tubes, really. So I needed something else to do, as did many businesses based in Lower Manhattan. Um, so that's what happened. We started doing it.
Where are all those records? Where's your record collection now that you sell, and when you buy records that people are selling that you want, so you can sell them forward? Are they like? Are they in storage?
Well,
In your garage?
over 20 some odd years, we've done just about everything. But currently we have a loft over on Cabot Street.
Yeah.
So basically I live and work in my warehouse.
Okay, that's great. So when people communicate with you on your website,
StarryNightRecords.com.
starrynightrecords.com, and they say, I mean, if you go to the website, can you do a search? Like, I'm looking for Mavis Staples.
You can do a search through our website. You can contact me. You can email me. You can fill out forms.
Okay.
You can call me.
Yeah.
You can
It's all on the website.
Yeah, it's all there. Any which way you feel comfortable.
What are the genres of music that you have in LPs?
We specialize in rock, jazz, blues, reggae, world music, but like traditional stuff, the old African folk or Asian folk music. We'd have some Latin music. And basically, we're buying collections. So our inventory always changes depending on what we find. But those are the areas that people are interested in, and modern electronic music sometimes.
So if somebody's looking for, when you say jazz, Betty Carter.
They can look for Betty Carter.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And is it like recent jazz or jazz? I mean, when you say like
It's
old,
based on collections that we find.
that are in records.
What
that
I
are on
do is
LPs.
people contact me.
Mhm.
They have a record collection they want to sell. And for me, because what we do is we come out to see the records. We'll go to your house, your warehouse, your storage facility, wherever. We will go there.
And look at
So-
the records.
And look at the records, because what can I say? A condition is in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah.
And so we have to check out everything all the time, and we do, because when we sell, we're big eBay and another site called Discogs. And these are vinyl records. Well, eBay's everything, but we're selling on there. And when you're online, your reputation is everything.
Yeah.
That's everything. It makes or breaks your business. Bad reviews really hurt your business. Good reviews help your business. And so, and the interesting psychology of purchasing online is there's a trust factor, not only about the money, but about the condition and the object. And if I say this is a record in excellent condition, the buyer is going to believe that, or is going to try to believe that. They may, everybody's different. But the point is, I have to deliver.
So you only
So
will
we
buy
check everything out.
LPs that are in excellent condition.
We call it good to excellent. Listen, some of these
What's
things
good?
are 50 years old, 80 years old. On the website,
Yeah.
there is a visual explanation of condition. So if you were calling me, no, StarryNightRecords.com.
That's right.
StarryNightRecords.com.
Okay.
Shall I spell
One
it?
more time.
StarryNightRecords.com.
And you have a visual explanation of what good means and what excellent means.
Yes. Because people will sell me anything from records that are still sealed to records that have been well loved, we like to call it. But even, what is very common, let's say somebody has 1,000 records or 3,000 records. They've been a collector all their lives. Well, they've gotten gifts during that lifetime. They've gotten gifts. Their roommate, their ex, their brother, their brother-in-law left 40 records here, something happened there. And so they might not even be aware that there's damaged records in there. Also, sometimes in storage, if they're stored improperly, they'll become damaged, and we cannot buy damaged.
Do you also consult with customers on what kind of LPs, not LPs, what kind of needles are the best to play LPs?
No.
So, because
we stay out of the whole equipment business.
Yeah.
That is another business. We can direct people to where, some places to get used equipment or something like that, or new equipment. I mean, look, everybody can shop on Amazon. I don't have to teach anybody how to do that.
Yeah.
And it's really all up to one's desires. So we stay out of equipment.
It's really cool that there's this record store in Holyoke that we can reach by going to your website.
Yes.
And just search for something we're looking for, or just see what's there and start can we listen to music too?
No, we don't have a listening component.
So you just need to know what you're looking for.
You can know what you're looking for. You can hear something. I mean, people search for music and hear it on YouTube, on Sirius.
And then you can go back to
and
your
you can
website.
go, oh, I love that record. I want to find that Eric Dolphy or Betty Carter or, Jimi Hendrix or whatever.
Joan Baez.
And yes.
Joni Mitchell.
All of that.
Yeah.
All
Bob
of that.
Dylan.
Definitely.
Johnny Cash.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
My mind at Blood, Sweat, and Tears.
Definitely.
The Turtles.
Mm-hmm.
The Beatles.
You have to be pretty obscure to trick me.
Okay. Okay. So let's assume that you have it.
That
is awesome. I want to go to your website.
I am
later.
a pro. I know music very well.
I only have 3 albums, LPs in my house. And
which ones?
I have
That's always
Arthur
interesting.
Rubinstein.
Okay.
Playing the piano. It's a beautiful symphony. I think it's Mozart. I don't. They have like up this. I just know that I love listening to it. I have Simon and Garfunkel.
Okay.
Bridge Over Troubled Waters. That's one where.
Oh, I know it.
Paul Simon's in front of Art Garfunkel.
Mm-hmm.
Just towers over him. Yeah. There are a lot of good songs on that album. Cecilia, Bridge Over Troubled Waters.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third album, oh my goodness, you see, now I'm having a brain situation. But I just love that you sell records, because I've been wanting to amplify my world with music the way that I prefer to listen to it, which is I have to be part of it.
That's what you should do.
Rather than this, click, that. And it's all well and good that we can hear it on the computer, we can go to YouTube, and all of that sort of thing. But I do remember the joy of putting the needle on the record. Or if I had a good record player, once in my life I did, it does it automatically. The record comes down, it plays, and then another record comes down.
It's actually better for the vinyl to not use the automatic turntables, to actually place it. This is a manual thing, people. It's a manual thing. Place it there. You can automate the needle dropping down if you have a high-end turntable and it's very balanced, or just put the needle down with your hand very carefully. But the continual dropping of the records, they used to do that with the 45s, the little 7-inch records.
That's right.
That over time kind of damages the record.
Okay. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
But the part of, I used to be...
Also, you want to keep your records in the house, in the apartment with you, not in the garage, not in the attic, not in the bathroom. Places. Nothing, nowhere that can be damp. Mold.
Yeah. This is something to be taken care of. This is not...
Taken care of.
Don't leave it in your car. Don't leave it in the trunk. Don't leave it
definitely
in the
not in the car.
The covers, I remember the covers being artistic, being
and not
creative.
In the garage either.
We don't get that anymore of the when you can get music online, there'll be a picture, say, of the artist, but that holding the record and looking closely at the artwork or at the photograph, and if it opens up and it has, what's that called, liner notes?
Liner notes.
Or the song verses, the lyrics.
Well,
and who produced what and who,
the packaging, especially of LPs, is very intentional.
yeah.
So every part of that package has been designed, and the words have been purposely with intent chosen, and the pictures and everything. So it's a completely different experience. But I think there's different experiences for different situations. For instance, I have our own personal collection is around 2,000 albums.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I've got tons of records.
Mm-hmm.
But when I'm cooking and cleaning and changing the cat box and doing all that kind of stuff, and my hands have schmutz everywhere,
Yeah.
I'm not touching my records.
Yeah.
And so I have an Alexa, for God's sakes. And I love it because it's perfect for that.
Do you know that everybody's listening in on your Alexa, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Wherever like the headquarters of Alexa is, I don't mean your neighbors. I mean, this is my paranoia. I feel like Alexa, and I had Alexa for one. It was tons of fun. It was like, Alexa, play Joni Mitchell. And then it was beautiful. Or create a playlist of, Joan Armatrading. Love that. But then I started thinking, are they listening to every word I say? You know how sometimes, like,
Well, if they hear some of the conversations with my sister, it'll be their own demise.
oh, okay.
You know what I mean? But hey, I go with a saying from the 60s. It's too late to be paranoid.
Okay.
You are photographed, you are listened to, you are seen going through the turnstiles and the toll booths, and in my opinion,
In the stores.
whatever.
Yeah.
There's a million photographs, a million images, and a million conversations of all of us
We're
all the
online.
time.
We're
We're all online. Now, I exist in a world for my businesses and for my music where I want to be found. I am trying to be found. Find me. I'm, yeah.
Bonnie Kane.
Bonnie Kane, StarryNightRecords.com. Find me. Send me an email. Ask questions.
Yeah.
The whole, I want to be found.
Yeah.
And I'm not doing anything
Yeah.
that I'm hiding, really.
No,
And personal information. To be paranoid about personal information. Well, if you're paranoid about personal information, you have to get rid of your cell phone. You have to get rid of any online activity whatsoever and stay
super off the grid.
And you have to go off the grid and go dig a hole.
Yeah.
Because that's it. So it's a matter of do you cause attention to yourself, and how do you cause attention?
And I know what you mean about when you're busy doing things with your hands, you'd rather have something else, some digital
I can't touch records.
playing, whatever it is that you
I
want.
can't even switch CDs. I mean, if there's food all over my hands.
Do you have a large CD collection as well?
Not really.
So you personally are also into listening to music on LPs?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Why is that? Explain that. I know you have a little bit, but
no. Well, we were already invested in the LPs before CDs came out, and we kept going, both in our personal lives and then once the business started. And my CDs are mostly of current bands and people that I've met on tour that are players that merch type of things. And I even have a small cassette collection, which I can't believe.
Oh wow! I have a cassette player.
Well, the thing is that I'm selling my cassettes now.
Oh.
At shows.
Oh.
People buy cassettes, so it's all a kind of a funny media thing. What kind of thing people decide that they like?
Cassettes, like the little cassettes.
Yeah.
The little cassettes.
45,
I love those.
90-minute, 60-minute tapes.
But it's what's that called? La cinta.
Tape.
Yeah, the tape is. If your cassette player is not clean, it'll just eat up your tape.
Oh yeah, there's all kinds of problems with them.
That's such a bummer when that happens.
You know what it is? All of the media, like the nature of things, the chair, the table, the camera, us, you got to take care of it.
Yeah.
It all needs maintenance. It all needs proper care.
Yeah.
or, that's it.
Who are some of your favorite artists? Who are the people you enjoy listening to at different times? Maybe you enjoy listening to certain things when you're cooking or cleaning the house, or
Yeah,
you're just
I have a
relaxing.
pretty wide range. The Sun Ra Orchestra would have been most influential, along with Albert Ayler. But I'm totally into Jimi Hendrix and Black Sabbath and Gong. It's quite wide range. One of the things I have to say, we do not really sell classical music
Okay.
on our site.
Okay.
That's
No,
one thing.
you were clear because you
Yeah.
you did enumerate your genres.
Nor show tunes.
Oh
or
no,
anything like
people
that.
can't find Oklahoma.
No,
Oh,
they
Oklahoma,
can't.
Or
No,
the
they
Sound of
can't.
Music.
No, sorry, no. And really, what that is about business for whatever reasons there are. And this does keep changing over the years as people age and stuff like that. Certain artists, certain things just don't sell.
Mm.
Or they sell for $1 at the flea market.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not in the dollar business.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm not buying things. What am I going to buy it for 10 cents? I'm
Yeah.
not buying things and selling them for $1 directly,
Yeah.
purposely.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So that really eliminates those genres.
Yeah, and that makes sense. How did you as your genre, your catalog expanded following what people ask you for? Is this a lot of it is personal taste?
No. It's not personal at all.
Mm-hmm.
The catalog for our business is not personal at
Mm-hmm.
all.
Mm-hmm.
It is all about business.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about our market and what sells. For instance, I do have colleagues that do a classical business, and they develop that,
Mm-hmm.
in their way, and they really know that music. It's based upon, our catalog is based upon our interests, of course,
Mm-hmm.
and knowledge, of course, but it's also based upon what sells.
Right. You're not gonna
What's
buy 1,000 records in a genre that doesn't sell.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm investing. I want to turn it around.
Yeah. A restaurant's not gonna be preparing all these meals
That
buying
nobody
all these
eats.
products that nobody
Neither
asked
is
for.
Target.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
gonna look and see. Now, sometimes do you try something out and it doesn't go as well? Yeah, sure. You learn,
Yeah.
and it changes.
It sounds really exciting, your business, because it's very you have to look at it, you listen to it, you got to put it on a machine called a record player for those who don't know. This is why I was asking you why what is it about LPs? And for so many years I took it for granted, and then when the CDs came out, I remember going to the record store, and instead of going like this, just looking at albums, now there was this plastic sound, and they were encased in these plastic.
Everybody has a different experience tactily, which
Yeah.
is you're talking about that.
And sound also.
Sound and image. I mean,
Yeah.
size does matter. A picture that's 12 by 12 like
Yeah.
this is different than a picture that's like this,
Yeah.
or one that's about like that online.
Yeah.
It's a whole different experience.
Yeah.
But like I said, there can be room for all the different experiences. For instance, I have a Dodge Grand Caravan. I have a CD player in the car. It came with the car.
Mm-hmm. Well, you
Well,
can't play a LP on the car.
No, you can't.
Yeah. So CD in that sense.
Although I
It
once
works.
had one good friend record dealer, hi George, we went on a camping trip, and he brought one of these portable turntables and about 50 records, and it was a kind of camping trip where we were taking a canoe out into the an island,
Oh,
and when he
risky.
when he got out of that canoe with his wife and they took the tarp off, we couldn't believe it. And he took
Well, what
records.
powered it?
Battery powered.
Yeah.
I mean, they make all kinds of turntables.
Yeah.
They make battery powered,
Yeah.
USB powered things
Oh, my
that'll
goodness.
record your
when-
vinyl to CD.
When I was
Digital.
little, my mother had the kind. Remember they used to come like in a box, like
There was that
So
kind.
they
There was
would-
a piece of furniture. My parents had a piece of furniture.
oh, the one that you open up like this, and then you
it
put
was like the
record
whole
down there.
wall.
Yeah, yeah,
Because it had for the turntable,
Yeah.
the amplifier, the
Yeah.
speakers,
Yeah.
space for the records. It was
Yeah.
a whole thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And we've been at record fairs where, they would show up with like just a little thing like this. The record would actually spin over the platform with a little arm. I mean, the whole thing could be put in your backpack.
Wow.
So the technology, just keeps trucking along.
Yeah, yeah. There are some better manufacturers of turntables,
Sure.
and if the what is it, the receiver where you plug that in, and then from
Mhm.
there you plug in then the speaker so you can listen to it.
There's all kinds of
Aw,
systems. There's all kinds of
It's
systems.
a sweet thing. It's a sweet thing.
There's all kinds of
I'm
systems.
glad you're doing that.
Thank you.
Yeah, it'll
Me
be
too.
fun.
And I'm glad you're buying them and interested.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And this is another business based here in Holyoke.
That's right.
Thank you, Bonnie.
You're
Oh,
welcome.
wait a minute. Is there something else you wanted to say that I didn't ask you about?